welcome back to the Tier Bar podcast. I'm with two special guests today because, double the trouble. Because, Loki, female Loki, all that variant stuff. So, a lot of guests. This has started terribly. So basically, I have AK with me today, who you might have seen in my Justice League review, all 50 of you. And with Sofi as well, all 74, 75 of you. Was in my WandaVision review. So yeah, I think we're here together to geek out about the Loki series and review Loki as a whole for you. And so without further ado, I guess let's get into our overall thoughts. AK, what did you think?
I thought that Loki was a pretty good show.
Thank you, AK. You're a man of few words, but you just hit the nail right. I don't even know the metaphor. Sofi, what about
on the
you?
head?
Yeah, nail on the head, that one.
Yeah. Okay, well, I suppose I'm gonna represent the other side of the coin. I didn't like it as much. I thought that the first two episodes started out really strong, but from the third onwards, it started, not to say that it got progressively worse. I do think that the third episode was the weakest of it all. But for me, after the third episode, I started, it lost momentum for me. I didn't look at it the same way, I suppose. So, yeah.
Okay. For me, I think... Okay, you can go first.
I think we can all agree that, the third one is the weakest.
Yeah, easily.
Right?
Yeah.
Easily.
It wasn't bad, but it was just,
slow.
It was the weakest, yeah.
Filler.
Yeah.
Filler more
Filler,
so.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to agree with AK's point earlier when we discussed before the pod that it's actually one of my favorite, actually my undisputed favorite Disney Plus show so far for Marvel. Because it's actually pretty damn ballsy of them to do what they did with all 6 episodes, even episode 3 that a lot of people, including ourselves, find weak. I still think it's good character development, and I feel that episode 6 will be absolute pandemonium for the fanboys, and for the for the casual viewer. You're not a casual viewer, so you're a big fan. But for non-comic book readers,
but I'm not a comic reader.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna get the whole Kang thing. You'll just be a bit disappointed as to why it did wrap up a lot of the plot points that it set up. It's actually setting up for more in season 2, or setting up for more in future movies. But I'm not gonna steal your points, AK. You can go on about what you thought you liked about it.
Yeah, so, I think the first 2 episodes were a fantastic intro. I think if there was any drawback to them is that it took a little bit too long to really, get everything going. Yeah. But once every, the plot's in motion and everything, the plot moves at, a blazing fast speed. And then, we hit that, third episode that just focuses on character development. It was, a weird tangent, right in the middle of everything, but...
Yep.
You learn a lot more about each of the characters, the variants, and you learn more about just what drives them, and I think that's really, important, especially for, a series that's as character-driven as this one. It's, the whole series is, just very, very, character-driven. And the 4th, 5th, and 6th episodes were just, progressively, better and better to me. Although the 6th one, not as much action. It's just, sort of the information dump payoff kind of episode for the most part. But I absolutely loved the relationship between Sylvie and Loki. I liked that it was messed up and very, very unconventional, because for Marvel to be as big of a studio as they are, to showcase that kind of romance, I think kudos to them for doing that. And
okay,
you also got this all these themes about loving yourself and learning to be okay with all these different versions of yourself and stuff. It's just it's just not something that you would expect from a franchise that's just full of like superhero CGI fights. Because compared to like the very, very lackluster finales of like WandaVision and especially Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like Vision versus White Vision and Wanda versus like evil Wanda and Falcon versus society and all that shit.
That gets me every time, man.
Honestly, gets me. So like but with this one you have this this internal struggle that's sort of like also external in the form of Sylvie, like representing like a different like side of Loki. And at the same time you got this like Loki literally got what he wanted like by the end, and he turned it down. Like he could have been king, he could have gotten everything he wanted, and he was like, you know what, like no, like and I really like that, because like normally like people would regress or this or that, but he like it was just very clear like character growth. So yeah, I think and of course the what was his name in this one, like the one beyond time, the one who remains,
yeah,
he who remains,
like, he who remains, yeah, like that whole reveal I think was really cool. Like his performance, what was the actor's name again?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors did like a fantastic job. Like he was so sinister but like funny and intimidating, but at the same time like super chill. Like it's just like all these different like emotions and vibes like wrapped into one. So yeah. And of course there's Mobius. Like wow.
Gotta love it. Gotta love Owen Wilson. Yeah, I guess that all the casting from top to bottom was pretty bang on with I think definitely. I loved all of it. Even the casting of
Ravonna
Renslayer. Yeah, I've seen her from somewhere. Somewhere, definitely somewhere, like a horror movie.
Black Mirror. Black Mirror. She's in Black Mirror.
She's great in this too. And from a comic reader, I don't know if you know this, AK, but like Ravonna Renslayer or Judge Renslayer is like actually
it's the wife.
Related to Kang the Conqueror. They have like an on and off toxic romance. Yeah. So that's why they keep her alive. Yeah, that's why they make her escape.
There's a lot of like Kang related shit. Like there's a lot of Kang related like Easter eggs. A lot.
Yeah.
Like the King Avengers Tower, and like I think that we saw like the Sphinx as well.
Yeah. In Ramatat.
In that like land at the end of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Basically, to Sofiya and to those who aren't well versed in the whole comic book stuff, Kang. Okay, the elephant's out of the room, I guess. So, just might as well explain who he is. Basically, he's just the next Avengers level threat, right? He's the next Thanos per se, and it's going in a way that I really think that. They were pretty smart to choose him as the next big bad and not Galactus or Doctor Doom, Magneto, all that stuff, because it's just setting up to another physical battle. But with Kang, he's literally a Tony Stark level genius, and he's sort of like the 31st century, as he said, and he just finds out the secrets of the multiverse and travels back in time to inform his former self of all that stuff, and he just goes around conquering every multiverse there is to conquer. That's why he's the one. It's he who remains, and that's actually the nicest version of him. That's why a lot of people are confused. Like, this nice guy, the next Avengers level bad?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But that you just literally killed like the nicest version of him, and even the nicest version of him is still like a manipulative asshole. So like. You have no idea what's in store for the rest of the MCU. Me and AK were like theorizing that he's gonna appear in quite a few films going forward. Of course, like he's confirmed to be in Ant-Man 3 as like the main villain, but I don't think he'll die there either, because it's impossible to kill him now. But
What's Scott gonna
I
do?
mean, either he'll. I don't think he's gonna die. I think it's just like another variant of him or something that's gonna die, but not actually like the conqueror.
Exactly.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, basically, Sophie, the way he looks, is based. You know, Thanos was purple, right? This guy's blue, so yeah, yay, colored villains, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
And
I think
agree
with Kang.
And I do agree with AK. Like, I think his performance is great. Jonathan Majors as Kang. Like, the way he just felt so eccentric, jumping up and down, changing his accent, and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
like it's
definitely.
really Joker-esque.
Definitely.
And I was like, oh, I loved every minute of it. The casting is chef's kiss because like he's not that popular mainstream wise. Some people might have seen him in like Lovecraft Country for HBO, but apart from that, like he's not in
that's
anything else.
Okay, that's that guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's Kang. It's good old
I
Kang.
knew he looked familiar.
Yeah. So I think not only that. Okay, that's the most important reveal that we get, and another big twist that we get at the end. Sofiya, what do you think on this? That Loki gets pushed into the TVA again, and the statue is replaced with Kang instead of all 3 TVA members. And why do they suddenly forget him?
Okay, honestly speaking, I haven't theorized anything about that. I'm not sure what I think about that. But
yeah.
I also think that it's definitely a lot to do with I think a lot of my frustration with the finale was that it was very much Kang telling us who he was rather than showing us,
literally.
you know?
Yeah.
So which is fine because I think we're gonna get more of that. We're gonna see more of him in the future, and like you said, if he's an Avengers level threat, then we're gonna see him in like the next few movies, the next few films, and we're probably gonna see him more fleshed out then. But for now, I was a bit underwhelmed by the ending because I mean this, Tam. I am a huge fan of like tight, cohesive storylines, and I just didn't enjoy how this series, it couldn't stand alone. It doesn't stand alone. It literally depends on season 2, and it depends on the rest of the franchise.
MCU.
Whereas what I loved about the MCU is that every single film is tight. It stands alone, but it also relates to the wider universe. Whereas I think this was the first series where we didn't really get that. So that was my biggest issue with it. Yeah.
Okay. Since
I feel like the complete opposite.
It's okay. We're representing 2 sides.
This is fun. Go on.
No, okay. Like I think most Marvel movies, like let's say like Phase 2 onwards, very like heavily like rely on like knowing stuff from before. But Loki, I feel the only thing you need to know is that like the events of like one movie, Endgame. But I think the nature of the MCU in itself, like the thing that sort of attracts a lot of people is that it's all very interconnected. Like everything is just like very well woven together. Like that, I feel like that's the selling point. And while I do agree that like we could have learned Kang's storyline and like his whole backstory and stuff in a more interesting way, I do think that since this is like the first time that we're seeing this character, for more like mainstream audiences, I guess they felt the need to like do a full on like exposition dump. I don't know.
Yeah,
like, but they could have done something a lot better. But in terms of like the cliffhanger and everything, like I think if a series was very full rounded and everything by the end of season 1, you wouldn't really want or need to watch season 2 if like everything's just fully wrapped up within one season. So to create like a full storyline and everything, and to actually get people to watch the next season, like you need something to sort of like get people to come back, and a cliffhanger is obviously the most like popular and the most like the best way to do it. you know?
Yeah, okay. I agree with you there, but I also disagree because I think that
This pod is writing itself. This is so good.
Yeah. Oh,
God,
I just think that with a lot of the films that we got, even if they ended in cliffhangers, like for example Infinity War, that was also like, Thanos' storyline was tight. It was done at that point. And the thing that we wanted to know next was like, how are the rest of the Avengers going to deal with this? Whereas I do feel like there is a way to kind of get the cliffhanger like right, I suppose, in the sense that the Marvel movies, like they could stand alone, but they left crumbs, where we could like pick up on those crumbs and come back to them and then see like, oh shit, okay, this was actually foreshadowing this that was going to happen. Whereas with Loki, it literally depends on season 2, which I think, that was the point that they were trying to make. But after WandaVision and after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which were both very, very tight storylines, I was hoping for something that would be resolved by the end, that would have like a clear conclusion by the end.
I mean, I think you're just forgetting about the fact that like you could also see season 1 as like no, just listen. I think like what you said about like how Infinity War sort of wraps up Thanos' story. So it's the same thing with this one, where like we wrap up Sylvie's storyline because she essentially like completes her arc. Like she gets exactly like what she wants, which is killing the owner of the TVA or whatever. So I guess like season 2 we're gonna focus more on like our Loki. Yeah.
We'll agree to disagree.
I'm just gonna jump in before this gets physical. I'm just kidding. No. But I think I see it from it's a double-edged sword, per se. Like
it's a very subjective thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like for comic
like
book
there's
nerds,
no right answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For you and me, AK, or for like the rest of the comic book readers and stuff, like we'll be so pleased with the whole multiverse thing and KANG setup thing. But then for like the casual viewer, I'm talking like no, Sophie, like you already are like a film MCU stan. But,
I know, yeah.
I'm talking about more casual than that. I'm talking about this random dude who just got a Disney Plus subscription, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and he's like, what is going on? What is happening? Like, what is this multiversal stuff? So yeah, I guess I do see it, but I think that it was about time for Marvel to pull the trigger on the whole multiverse thing, because they did tease it in WandaVision, because we all thought it was coming then when we saw Pietro,
right,
or Ralph Bohner, per se, turned out to be a cop out, and then we knew we weren't gonna get it in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So we were getting really confused, like, so where the hell is the multiverse going to come from before No Way Home? Because that's the biggest project that they have coming this year that is multiversal. How are they going to explain, the multiverse cracking and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man showing up, or Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man showing up, and all that stuff within one movie? So I guess this was the time to pull the trigger, and all the cop-outs in the past was just to make this moment like feel more sweet, because at the end of it, I never had like high expectations for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because I did have a bit higher. Like I didn't expect what's his name, Sam, to give the shield away literally in the first episode. Especially he's like in the end game, he was like, I'll do my best. I was like, and then the theme song plays like do, 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 do. I'm like, okay, that's so cool. Episode 1, I don't deserve this. I'm like, what?
No, but I get it. I get why he did it, and I thought the series did a really good job of explaining why he decided to do what he did.
Did he do it for Mama Doodoo?
Yeah.
Did he do it for Mama Doodoo? I forgot her name.
You guys, come on, like
Sugar Mama. I don't know. But the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we're digressing.
We're digressing.
I think if we get into that,
that'd be too long.
Yeah,
that'd
we're
be
gonna
too
have a
long.
lot of words. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go on to different points. Okay, let's stop on KANG. Stop on the multiverse for a second. Any technical aspects did you appreciate about the series, Sofiya?
Well, okay. So what I really enjoyed about the series was it really addressed the whole idea, the concept of responsibility versus free will. So you know how Loki and Sylvie were just so outraged to find out that as variants, they do not have free will. Like everything is written and preordained. Like their whole lives are just like, you know, they exist for a reason and they don't have free will. And I thought that was a really sort of, I mean, you know, I think it was very surface level what they did. But you know, if we dig into that, it was definitely a bold kind of choice, a theme to explore. But then there was also like the whole idea of you know, the whole TVA existing, and it brought about a lot of ethical questions about the sacred timeline. Like, you know, we know that the sacred timeline exists for a reason, and that the TVA has the responsibility to maintain that timeline, but they exist to essentially dictate how the lives of other people will run, which is the ethical dilemma, isn't it? So I thought that was great. And I also thought that it was really ironic just how the series ended in chaos, a whole multiversal war, and Loki, the god of mischief, the guy who embodies chaos, doesn't want that to happen. He's against that. So I thought that was really cool what they did there. Yes.
Yeah. And I know you're a huge CROKI fan, so what do you think on him?
Oh, I love CROKI. I absolutely love him. He's so cute. And did you see there was Throg?
Throg.
Thor as the frog.
Throg.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I wonder what he did, honestly.
He can't break his way out of a jar, even with the frog version of Mjolnir. Meow meow. I don't know. But yeah.
Meow meow. It's meow meow. It's forever meow meow.
It's forever meow meow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, go on. Okay.
I love the soundtrack, man.
Oh,
I think the soundtrack
is so damn good. Yes.
It's so good. Like every Marvel show and every Marvel movie, aside from maybe like Black Panther, has like super like generic sounding like superhero soundtrack. And this one had like these synths and like this 50s sci-fi sort of thing going on, and it was great. It was really like well done.
I agree. Like the music here is you know, on par with you know, the Avengers level music. Not Age of Ultron, God no, but the Alan Silvestri composed Avengers stuff. I think that was memorable. And I agree with you again, that the aspect that usually Marvel soundtracks aren't really that memorable. Like Ant-Man doesn't have a theme, and a bunch of others don't have a theme. But I feel that with this one, the opening credits one and the one that they always play during the previously on is just so good. It's like
bangers.
Kudos to
absolute bangers.
Absolute bangers, and like, you know, kudos to whoever composed it. I think it was something. I might be wrong.
Natalie
Holt. Yep. Natalie Holt. Relatively new, actually. But damn, fantastic work. Okay. What did you like about it technically, AK?
Technically, like, I mean, just the character development and all that stuff. I thought the cinematography and the color grading were like just okay. Like they did the job. Nothing too crazy. The VFX are pretty, like, you know, Marvel standard. Not terrible like, you know, Black Panther, but like, I think like in terms of the technical aspect, it was okay. Like aside from the music, I just thought like, not bad. It did its job, but nothing too crazy. Like I feel like compared to like the more like recent like DC films, like those are like a lot more stylized. They look a lot more cinematic, and like they each have like their own sort of personality.
Slow-mo?
And like the way that they shoot it. But with Marvel, like, yeah, slow-mo. But like with Marvel, they just try to keep it as like bland as possible with the visuals. But like,
really, I was quite impressed by the visuals.
Okay.
That tiny. Okay.
No, like I'm actually gonna. Okay, hear me out. Every DC film, aside from anything Zack Snyder related, has pretty much the same cinematography. Like when you kind of think of it, you can't argue Aquaman, can you? Because that's technically.
I was about to say Suicide Squad.
AK no. We don't talk about that here. We don't do that here. Oh God.
What is this?
No, I think.
What is this?
We are some kind of Suicide Squad. I just had to. I'm sorry. You set me up, and I followed through. Yeah. No, I feel that.
I trapped you.
You did. You do make a valid point. Like a lot of Marvel movies do look the same. But I think anything that's directed by the Russos looks somewhat decent. Like I think the one
they definitely have a better eye.
Yeah, because the
Doctor Strange.
Big Doctor Strange too, exactly. And like because the way they shoot the opening scene with Thanos in Infinity War is like masterful, dude. So good. It's like basically one long take.
I love that. Yeah.
Just walking around. Like,
Yeah.
So damn good.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And okay, we're going out of track again. Back to Loki. So yeah, I guess for what I liked technically, I guess the music was really good, as I agreed with you there. And I think the performance is really underrated. Tom Hiddleston deserves recognition for that. He's so good as Loki in this series. Like it's the best we've ever seen him, in my opinion. Because he shows so much range. He can be like this quirky dude who's just pouring like salt and pepper all over this poor Casey's salad. And at the same time, he can be like this really emotional guy. Like I felt it when he was trying to stop Sylvie, because he does legitimately care about Sylvie. And another scene that I feel that's going to go down in Loki fandom or Marvel fandom is the scene where Mobius shows Loki his life highlights per se, and then the way he reacts to his mother's death or his father's death, or like him getting on the same page with his brother, or him getting his neck snapped by Thanos. Like I loved that scene so much. Like I was waiting for that, and it's just basically Tom Hiddleston
definitely
acting
agreed.
the shit out of all 6 episodes, and kudos to him. Everyone else did a great job as well. Owen Wilson also pretty good, and I knew he had to not say wow, because there's gonna be a season 2. Like if there is a wow, I think it's gonna come when he gets the jet ski, which he eventually will. But no, until then, I guess not.
Right.
I guess not.
Right.
And yeah, I just think overall,
motivation to watch season 2.
Yeah, and overall, I think one of the more the braver Marvel shows per se. The aesthetics is also very neat. The production design, like the elevator, the TVA, everything in general. Like kudos to them for that.
Oh yeah, you're right. The production design is fantastic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was very impressed by the TVA.
Yeah.
I mean, they should get if
Chef's
One
kiss
Division
to
got
production
23
design.
Emmys, they should get 30, because I mean, I can't wait until they give I can't wait until they give Robert Downey Jr. a Emmy for best cameo appearance,
Lifetime
despite it being
achievement.
old footage.
Oh,
Because they nominated
dude,
Don
Don
Cheadle,
Cheadle, man. Don Cheadle.
Yeah, honestly.
Literally
how was
less
that?
than 2 minutes, and all he was doing is just like talking about that shield.
Yeah, there was nothing impressive
Yep,
about his
exactly.
performance.
Nothing whatsoever. But I mean,
No, but-
diversity, so
Yeah,
we have that.
that's what people are saying. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what did you?
I think
not like
even
about
Don
it?
Cheadle was
Okay,
like,
go on first.
Yeah. Okay, who's going first?
Okay, go on.
you can go first.
Fine.
What did I
because
not
mine's
like
a whole
about
new
it?
question. Yeah, what did I not like? What did you not like about it?
If I really had to say, not much. Like I liked it pretty. Like I really did like it. Like it's like if I said stuff that I didn't like, I'd probably just be nitpicking. But just like the cinematography, like it's just stuff that could have been better. But nothing to me was inherently like bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Right. And okay. Okay.
Wow, we're
Decent.
really two sides. Like, we're really representing two sides here.
All right, Sophie, let's go. What's your opinion?
Okay, apart
What could have been
from
better?
the ending, which I don't think is like too big of a flaw. I don't think I'm gonna say that the ending was terrible or anything, because I do understand that it's going to lead on to like a bigger multiverse kind of storyline. So yeah, for now it was a bit disappointing, but I'm sure it's gonna like resolve itself in the long run. But for me, a big issue I think as well was Marvel tends to like have big talk about representation and how they're like being inclusive and all that. But they really do the bare minimum. And I think with Loki, like for me, I went into the series thinking, okay, well, the very least that this guy is bisexual, because yeah, okay, whatever, he's bisexual, he's gender fluid, like that's no surprise to me, and I didn't think that it was a big deal when I saw it in the series. But my issue was that Kate Herron made it a big deal. Like she tweeted about how like as she was a bisexual woman herself, like it was important that she got representation through this show. It was important that bisexual people got representation through this show. Yeah, she actually said that, and I did feel like it was a bit of a cop-out, because right after that episode, which he dropped the fact that he was bisexual in episode 3, and then in episode 4 he goes on to fall in love with like it was a completely heterosexual relationship, right? So I just thought that was a bit of a cop-out, and a bit you don't do that, especially to people who felt really represented by watching the Loki series and having a character be openly bisexual. So yeah, I mean, like I think Disney did the same thing with Star Wars, right? Casting this black guy to be a Jedi. Yeah, and at the end of it, he didn't really have much of a role to play. So I do think that they were like, they just slipped that in there to pat themselves on the back and just say like, yeah, we're being inclusive. But yeah, I just thought that was a bit of a cop out, and they shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
Okay, because I totally feel you, and I actually do agree with you in that front. Like and I think we are going to have a lot of more complaints with a lot of the series that are coming up as well, because there's quite a few, like Ironheart, what you call it,
Miss
Oh
Marvel.
God, yeah.
what else, the Miss Marvel or the Marvels, or
Yeah.
just, what there's more, there's so much more. Even the Eternals is somewhat, you know, dancing between that line.
Yeah, I
It's
was
just corporations
There's
doing the
gonna be-
bare
bit
minimum.
there's gonna be
skeptical
something
at the
in there.
trailer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. It is what it is, man. Like at the end of the day, like everyone has to hop on it, and especially Disney, and
Yeah. But it's quite clear that you know, that they're just trying to do it just to like get in on the right side of both sides of the spectrum, you know?
Yeah.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. But like,
Okay.
like it's just like
Yes,
literally
exactly.
just
Yeah.
Loki's bye. Okay, bye. Done. Not gonna
Yeah,
explore that
exactly,
again.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty much it.
So,
That
I
was
mean,
literally
like-
it.
It's like Pride Month,
Yeah.
but in
Yeah.
scene
I mean,
form.
like, yeah. And I think, like, honestly, if they had kind of stretched that out a bit more, I think if they stretched out the romance a bit more, then maybe it could have been a bit more acceptable. But the fact that, you know, they dropped the fact that he was bi, and then immediately next episode, oh shit, he's fallen in love with a woman. Yeah, I think that would have stung for a lot of people, and I think it did sting for a lot of people. So yeah, because I was kind of on Twitter throughout this whole thing, and a lot of people had an issue with that, and I see their point of view.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's down to me, I guess, with the whole what I didn't like. Well, I actually agree with both of your points. I mean, I'm not gonna take the easy way out, but I am.
Tim, are you
But
bi?
like, you know, I do a bit of both. That's the exact line of the series, so I'm just gonna say that.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
And I just shoot fireworks out of my hands. Yeah, but yeah, episode 3 in general, that was my weakest point about the whole series. Yeah, I'm all for like slower scenes and character development, because I think that's what makes Marvel stand out with a lot of superhero movies that we see. Because at the end of the day, we see only Marvel and DC, right?
Yeah.
And what made Zack Snyder's Justice League better than the normal Justice League is that the fact that there's like a few quiet scenes where characters, you know, they interact, and you know that's all people want. That's all people want, to make, you know, these larger than life characters feel human and relatable. And I think that they did a good job with that here. But if I'm going to be really nitpicky, then I'm probably gonna say, you know, I was a bit iffy about the inclusion as well. That stuck out like a sore thumb in that episode. And I was like, okay, sweet. And then that's pretty much it, I guess. But aside from that, not really. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I felt like it had quite a lot of, you know, balls. Oh, another thing, I actually feel that they kind of wasted Richard E. Grant. For those of you who don't know, I really like him as an actor. He plays classic Loki, and like, I don't like how he's in it for like what 10-20 minutes or 5 minutes, and then he just comes in this glorious you know, he steals the scene. So good for him, and he shows off his powers, but he gets written off way too easily for me. I get why he did it though, but it's a bit.
I think he's gonna come back
the
for
equivalent
sure.
of casting. Please do, like, please.
He's
do.
gonna come back for sure. Like,
but I feel that they're gonna do that to a lot of these grade A actors. Like, they casted Christian Bale for Love and Thunder, and there's no way he's staying around. Like, he's gonna be killed by Thor. 1,000%.
for sure.
Christian Bale's like, no, no franchise, mate, no. Yeah, God.
No, but I am excited for Christian Bale because Taika.
I love
That's
Taika.
what I'm excited about.
I love
Yeah.
Taika.
Yeah. So I hope we get to see more of his comedic chops.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
no,
a funny
definitely.
Christian Bale.
I can't. Funny Christian Bale. Well, Taika's awesome, dude. I love his dialogue. But yeah, I think kudos to Kate Herron as well, who directed this series. So yeah, any predictions or anything for the future of the MCU before we get into our final ratings? I guess AKU first.
For the MCU in general, I think we're gonna see like how we saw like different like Infinity Stones in like different Marvel movies. I think we'd see like different versions of Kang perhaps in different Marvel movies. You know, I think that would be really interesting until we get to like that final like big bad one that just kills the rest. I think that would be really exciting to see because like there needs to be like a connective tissue between like all of these films, something that like to keep you going. And I don't know how they would have done that with somebody like Galactus, you know, like because he's just like a very
I have no idea who that is.
Wait till phase 5. I don't know. Phase 10. Yeah, but
phase 10, man, just keep him away. He's too massive. He eats planets for lunch.
Like he just
eats, not yet.
He eats planets and stuff. But like, there's such like an intricate like backstory with Kang that I think there's a lot to explore in like multiple films. And obviously, I think that for the films that do need it, like there will be like a multiverse like element to a lot of the Marvel Universe films because it's a natural like evolution. You know, like exploring our own universe and then now we venture into others. So I think that's like really like exciting, you know, story wise. And like with the rumors that are going on about Spider-Man 3 where like Tobey and Andrew Garfield are coming back, like, I think it'll just open the doors to like some really like wacky stuff that I think that DC actually has been sort of doing for the past few years, like with their like CW shows. Like they had this whole like thing where Ezra Miller's Flash actually showed up in the series and stuff.
Infinite Earths something.
Yeah, it was horrible. But like yeah, like to see it on like the big screen and this scale, I think like of course like Marvel's gonna be the one to actually like get it right. So yeah,
I hope so.
But I think
really
we're also
so.
getting a multiverse with the Flash movie, so I think it's gonna be like
Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of just like I think like multiverses are just gonna be like a big thing in pop culture in the coming years. In like like in pop culture in general. Like I don't think it's just with like the Marvel stuff. You know, I think a lot of people are gonna be exploring that concept because we all want to get out of this universe.
Especially
dry
right
laugh.
now.
Dry laugh.
But like predictions for Loki itself, the only thing I can say is that the series finale is gonna have like Mobius riding a jet ski. Like I'm willing to like put money on that. Like he's gonna get his jet ski.
Me too, man. All right. And Sophie, what do you think for the future and for season 2?
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything for season 2. I do think that, like, you know, now that I'm hearing like your theories, I am getting a bit more excited about Kang. So well done. But yeah, I mean, like, I think the whole concept of this guy showing up in different films, and then, you know, ultimately like they all get together and kind of get rid of him. I think that sounds like a really ballsy move, and my only hope is that they, you know, they're able to do it in a way that is tight, is cohesive, is you know, like as linear as it can get, without that many plot holes. I really want them to do it right, because honestly, like what you're saying, it sounds fantastic. So I really hope they're able to pull it off. but yeah, I'm willing to kind of sit in the sidelines and watch. Now I am hoping for the new Spider-Man trailer to drop because
that has to drop.
That
has to drop eventually.
It's gotta
yeah,
drop.
that has
It
to drop now. Yeah. Yeah.
God damn, they were saving up. They were saving up for the season finale. I feel.
Yeah.
And now, like,
I think so
give
too.
it a week
yeah.
or two, and it's gonna come for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I think from my front, I think that the whole multiversal war thing is definitely happening. And basically, it's Kang's gonna be the one who, connects every movie, and he's actually pretty much the reason why everything started. Well, technically, it's Sylvie. It's crazy when you think about it, right? When we all thought that Wanda was gonna start it, or Doctor Strange was gonna start it, whatever, it actually turns out to be Sylvie. Like
Loki.
Yeah, Lady Loki.
It's Sylvie, yeah.
It's fitting, but it's so unpredictable. But I think for the multiverse to begin, I think it's definitely going to happen in Spider-Man 3 later this year, and then Multiverse of Madness will just be dealing with the repercussions of what Sylvie did. Like Doctor Strange will have to go into different timelines and all that stuff in order to get everything back in order. But Kang is going to be someone behind it. I don't think he'll be the one. I don't think he'll be the main villain of that film. He's going to be in Ant-Man 3, and I think he's going to kill someone, probably Hank Pym, because Michael Douglas is getting too old. And yeah, I think that he's going to go all the way until Avengers 5, which is I think 5 or 6 years down the line, which I do think is the right move, because Endgame is Endgame. It's not like Endgame and then 3 years later here's another one. It has to be a while until the multiversal
Battle World.
You can't kill Kang.
Yeah.
Exactly, Battle World. Even if you kill Kang, like other versions of Kang will come after you, and like he's not powerful. He's not Thanos. He's not like this almighty powerful being. He's just a really smart guy who just has a bunch of variants of himself, and who has TVA technology. So at the end of the day, the multiversal war in the comics is basically not them fighting Kang. It is a bit of them fighting Kang, but it's also them fighting themselves. Like you'll see Thor fighting alternate versions of Thor. This is if they follow the comics, right?
If they do Battle World.
Wait.
Yeah, if they do Battle
World.
Is
this why Jane becomes Thor?
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
It could be.
Wait, but is this why Jane becomes Thor?
What? So Sophie, you cut off there.
Is this why Jane becomes Thor?
Oh yeah, Jane becomes that. Maybe that's part of the multiverse as well. Who knows? Like I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well done.
Yeah.
Marvel. The MCU is really gonna launch this guy's career. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, they're casting a bunch of really up and coming actors or actresses as the future, and I think it's a good move because they did lose Chris Evans, and they did lose Robert Downey Jr., and of course unfortunately Chadwick Boseman, right? But I think that they're casting Mahershala Ali, Florence Pugh, who else? A lot of other people, Jonathan Majors, all these people to build them up as the next the faces of these characters. Like when you think of Yelena, you're only gonna think of Florence Pugh, or when you think of Blade, you're not gonna think of Wesley Snipes anymore. You're gonna think of Mahershala Ali, all that stuff. So I think the future looks bright, and I'm happy it started here.
Right.
So let's get down to our final ratings. What did actually, Sophie? Let's begin with you. Let's begin with your rating.
I think I'm not gonna give it too low of a rating. I think I'll give it about a 7, just because I do see the potential of where season 1 ended. I see where it's gonna branch out, thanks to you guys now. Yeah. So I I am excited for it now, and I think it makes a bit more sense if I were to go to rewatch it with everything that you said in mind.
You know, AK, I guess we did have a glorious purpose.
We actually changed someone's opinion. What?
This never happens. AK.
I mean, I will stick by the fact that I wish that it had a tighter,
of course,
ending.
That's
but
the fact that
I do see the potential of it.
The fact that you did change this much just because two nerds were bickering on for like 40 minutes is, good enough for us.
I mean, because I had no idea who Kang was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea who Kang was. It was like, to me, it was just like this random guy who came in. I have no idea who he is. And he's telling me what he's done without showing me that he's a big bad. And then suddenly, like, he's the face of the TVA. So, like, when I saw it, I was just like, what's that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But when he said see you soon, and he gave Sylvie the wink, I was like, holy God, we are screwed. We are so screwed.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you gonna give it?
I give it like an 8. It was great. It's like
solid.
An 8. Yeah, like solid 8. Yeah, it wasn't like mind blowing good or anything, but it's good for what it is. So I'd give it an 8.
All right. Me personally, I think I'm gonna actually go out on a limb here because we're all increasing our ratings. Being the comic fanboy that I am for both DC and Marvel, I'm just gonna give this one a 8. AK knows about this. I always stick with the weird numbers. Like
what was it, like 0.7, 0.8,
8.5, 9. Yeah, all that stuff. So here we are again. I'm gonna give it an 8.3 actually.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I really did enjoy it, and the technical the side of it, I also really enjoyed. I can't find much flaws to discuss at all.
Yeah.
And I think it only warrants this for now. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Thank you for coming to to discuss Loki with me today on such short notice, both of you. Of course. I guess that you guys have any channel. Wait, Sofi has a channel to plug. Okay, if you guys want to hear Sofi sing, I guess you can check her out on YouTube at Sofiya Shazal. I'll post a link below the description. She sings stuff every now and then. She actually told me she's gonna post Avengers hymn. I'm just kidding. Don't.
No, you know what I want to do?
Yes.
Not the Avengers hymn. I want to do It's a Long, Long Time.
God, yes. Okay. And,
I kind of want to do that. Yeah.
AK.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna plug you. What do we have to plug for you again? VizRec
you
or
have
something?
To you can plug VizRec.
Production company.
Yeah. You can plug my production
VizRec.
company.
It's his production company.
We have like another music video coming out
Thailand.
soon, so yeah.
Yeah. Whenever that's coming out, be sure to check it out on his channel. I'll post it in the description below as well.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next podcast if you guys don't hate each other already.
No.
Thank you so much. And yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Oh shit! I forgot to plug my own channel.
Thanks for having
us. Shit. No,
wait,
guys,
then how else will they watch this?
Guys, so if you guys are watching on YouTube, please give me a subscribe, hit the notification bell, press the like button, all that stuff. Share this video with your friends. It'll be nice to get more than 2 views. And yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, then please follow me there too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. It's been a blast. Cheers. I'm on Spotify, dude. I told you last time. Thank you, guys.
All right, bye.
Thanks.